So on behalf of RPM Schrader Crawford Supply, please welcome Mr. Clint Bowyer.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, as you said, it's been a long time, since I've been in a modified, and even longer since I've been in a modified in Kansas. So it's pretty neat to come back here and race. I've never been out here at this racetrack. I grew up racing with David Murray and some of the guys that are out here in western Kansas, and looking forward to finally getting a race against them. It's going to be fun. Obviously, it's getting close to chase time in our line of work in a Cup Series, and it's pretty hectic times. It was a pretty wild race with all the weather and everything that came in last weekend. I was kind of lucked out and ended up getting through the wreck there at the end, through the carnage, and got a decent finish. Well, anytime you go off in the corner and Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth wrecking, something's wrong.
That's correct.
Yes, it was pretty big. But just thank you guys for coming out. I want to say thank you for all the people that are helping out. Crawford Supply, the whole gang. They're always just first class all the way. And they sponsor. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, they sponsor one of our dirt cars in our dirt program. I own 2 dirt late model teams, and can't do it without them. So Scott and everybody, thank you guys.
When you got started on 2 wheels at a young age. You never got started at 4 wheels. You started on 2 wheels of motocross, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We grew up racing motocross, started when we were 4 or 5 years old enough to go without training wheels, and started racing cars when I was 16 years old. I was working at a Goodyear tire store, and my boss got to racing on the dirt tracks, and just fell in love with it. Did most of my dirt racing through the Midwest. Didn't really travel a whole lot. We were chasing the NASCAR points stuff around the home tracks. It was such a good program back then. You literally didn't need to to travel much. I raced at Lakeside, Harlan Park, Topeka, and I-70 in 2002 is when I kind of got the thing going a little bit and started racing on asphalt over there. And one thing led to another. Got an opportunity to run an ARCA car, and next thing you know, you're standing in a body shop, and Richard Childers calls and offers you a job.
Yeah. When you raced at Lakeside, was it asphalt at that time, or was it dirt?
No, actually the first time I raced at Lakeside was in my buddy Carrick's asphalt modified. So the very first time I raced it at Lakeside, I blew a right rear tire. I had a flat, didn't know it, never been on asphalt before, and it kept getting looser and looser, and they told me that it would through the course of a run, and I was like telling my spotter, this thing is really, really bad. He's like, nah, it's normal. About that time it rolled off the bead and spun around and ended up wrecking the points leader, and that was the last points night. I wrecked the points leader and Carrick's backup car, and Carrick ended up winning the points because his backup car wiped out the leader. That was leading the points. That was huge. That was a hell of a fight, is what it was. Yes.
For those of you not familiar with Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas, it was asphalt, then it went to dirt, then it went back to asphalt, now it's back to dirt, so that's why I asked.
Thank God. Let's keep it that way.
Like you said, you started in ARCA, then Richard Childers, then you got in the Nationwide Series, and then you finally got up into Sprint Cup. I think it was 2006, your first full season. 17th in points. You were second rookie points. I was curious who beat you for the rookie point title.
When?
In 2007.
Oh man, I don't even know.
2006.
I think we finished 8th last weekend. 2007.
You can't remember that far back?
No, Schrader, did you hear that?
He's been racing 40 years. That's what it says on his spot.
But he's different than I am. I've got massive amounts of ADD and don't remember anything. Schrader, he'll tell you about a racetrack you're in 73 or something, and he'll know the whole story. What happened and when he won.
What's your favorite track to race on?
Lakeside was always just my go-to track. It was home for me. Won a lot of races, had a lot of success there, and just kind of put me on the map. So I love going back there. It's always been a good track for me.
How about up at Sprint Cup? What's your favorite track to run on there?
The last one was Sonoma, so that's my new favorite. Yes. Hey, we don't have very many curved roads in Kansas.
That works.
To put me in victory lane on a road course is pretty big.
That works in your favor because this weekend you guys get to walk into Glen's here back on the road course. I'm pumped about that.
It kind of works in your favor because what it does, I've already got a bunch of interviews lined up for this weekend to talk about how I'm going to be good at Watkins Glen. So it builds a lot of pressure going into this race. So, we're going to bring back that same car and hopefully have the same result. But the tracks are quite a bit different. For whatever reason, ever since I started, in the Cup Series. We'd go to Infineon, and I had good speed, and I'd go to Watkins Glen, and I looked like I'd never done it before, so we'll see.
6 races left in the chase. You're 1 point behind Matt Kenseth, who sits 9th. 8th is Denny Hamlin. You're only 4 points back him. You have a real big cushion between yourself and 11th place.
Well, I wouldn't call it big, you know. It's,
as long as you don't have a
within a couple races, you know. All it takes is one hiccup, and then they're within reach, you know. So you just got to keep doing what we're doing. This part of the year is all about being consistent, working on, you know, your program, your communication with the guys, and building for that chase. You know, building new race cars, working on simulation, all the things that it takes to compete. You got to be ready. You got to be, you know, primed for when that you know, chase starts. Everybody's firing on, you know, all 8 cylinders.
Do you like this new wild card system?
I don't. I do, but I don't. I mean, you know, in my opinion, the best 12, if there's 10 cars in it, or 12 cars, or 15 in it, I like the best 15 cars in it. I don't like, you know, a guy having a chance of 20th or 19th in points if he won a race on a rain delay or something. That could take somebody out that was 11th in points. So, not a huge fan of it, you know, but it's introduced Gordon into the chase right now, and Kane. You know, these are guys that have struggled getting going, but won a race, and they're going to be hard to handle in the chase.
A couple of years ago, we had some biographies. We had the drivers here at our track fill out. And he put on there, do you have any, what's your race day superstition? And I was so surprised because the most popular was, I don't eat chicken on race day. Do you have any superstitions as far as what you think you have to do on race day or not do on race day?
Winner, chicken dinner. That's the way I always do it. We always ate chicken on race day. Yeah. But you race as much as we do, you kind of wear out all the superstitions, and you end up just having to rely on yourself, you know, unfortunately.
Your buddy Schrader back there,
yes.
He's co-owner of 3 different tracks in Macon, Illinois, and Paducah, Kentucky, and I-55 in Philly, Missouri. Do you ever had any desire to, you know, your buddy Smoke, got Eldora now, any desire to get involved in ownership of a track?
It sure looks like a lot of work. And maybe someday when I'm done, you know, racing full-time on the Cup Series or something, I would love to, you know, be a part of a local track again, because it's just so important. It's so important to the, you know, grand scheme of racing. I mean, this is where all the younger drivers, you know, cut their teeth and get an opportunity. This is where they prove themselves and make all that happen. So without this grassroots, you know, level of racing, these local racetracks all across the country, you know, you're not going to have the next Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson, whoever it is.
Now, you and Schrader, I watched you guys the last time I'm guessing you competed on dirt together. I watched pay-per-view of the Prelude to the Dream, which
yes.
It wasn't a good night for either of you or Kenny.
No, I brought Kane to the Prelude. He rode with me and then wiped me out. I was going to leave him. I wanted to leave him. I should have left him, but you know, it's a lot of fun. That Prelude is such a neat race. You know, the TV, everything just goes down in such a good way. At the end of the day, they raise so much money for all the great causes that they pick throughout the years. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of.
We're going to get Kenny up here in just a few minutes.
Schrader, I think they're done with me babbling. Are you ready to babble some? He's funny.
You feel like you guys got an X on your back when you come to these tracks?
Yes.
You know all these guys are good at
Yes, absolutely. There's just a lot of pressure because everybody expects you. You know, this is what you grew up doing. This is how you got to where you're at. And it makes you wish you could do it more. You know, but I think the car looks awesome. It's going to be fast, and as long as I beat Schrader, it's good enough for me. If I beat him, you're liable to win, though.
See, now he's got an advantage on you because he's raced on this track before.
I just said it looks awesome now, like Clint's gonna drive it.
Now you know, you're from Emporia, he hails from Benton, Missouri, so you guys aren't too far apart. Did you guys, earlier days, ever meet up on the dirt anywhere?
In my earlier days, he wasn't born.
Yeah, I realize that. He's been racing more years than you've been alive, you know, because he's been racing over 40 years. And you're just a young buck, so you know, in your early 30s, so.
I heard about it when he was running Lakeside in I-70, and heard that he had the potential to go far. And I tell you what, I mean, we're all very proud of what he's done, but to me when he whooped them boys big in Sonoma. Yeah, well, it shocked the hell out of me. And I know you were amazed too. So, I don't know what the hell you were thinking, but man, you did an awesome job, and that was neat. And I've always been a pretty big fan of Michael Waltrip because I've done a lot of different things with him. And when you're around me, I'll tell you this, it just makes you feel smarter. So I knew that he'd have a good fit over there because it would make him really feel good.
You know, you came out of Missouri where, you know, you got the Wallaces, Martin raced over there a lot, so there's a lot of guys in NASCAR today that kind of grew up more over your area than did over Clint's, because Clint didn't even have a track in his hometown of Emporia.
Well, I mean, but St. Louis to Emporia to Mark Martin down Maysville, that's just all Midwest. And we've had some good Midwest tracks for a number of years. Maybe not be right in your backyard, but be close. And just a lot of good racing around here. You know, we've seen it go in spurts. Originally, everyone was from the Carolinas because they didn't look any farther than the Carolinas. Then we had some West Coast guys come in and Midwest guys. It kind of goes in spurts, but there's guys that can win in those cars all around the country. What's so tough is to show your ability in a race car because it takes so much money. You know, out here at RPM Speedway, you got to have some good stuff. You can't just climb in a car and go whoop everybody because there's a lot of guys with good cars here. So you got to have good stuff. That's what screwed up, one of the things screwed up by our sport. Not screwed up by it, it just makes it so difficult to get anywhere. It's because it takes so much money right from the get-go.
Yeah. Kenny's going to be piloting the number 9 Federated Auto Parts Modified. Tonight, Clint's going to be in the number 15 Crawford Supply BMS Modified. So, you guys got any strategy worked out between the two of you? I mean, you know, it's you two against the rest of the field tonight.
We raced together a couple of years ago at Lakeside, and we had, I won't go into it, but we had to work pretty hard together just to get through the night.
Get each other through tech. I tell you, that's the neatest thing about these modifieds. I mean, Schrader's raced everything, and you know, I think he'll back me up on this. This level of racing is just the neatest. You know, you can afford to do it. You can race this car anywhere you go in the country. There's a class for it. You know, sometimes the tires are a little bit different. Maybe the heads and the engine are a little bit different. But other than that, you can take that same, you know, basic principle of a race car and race it all across the country. And that's why I love this modified.
We were out in the state of Washington and Oregon last month with our modifieds. And last year we ran our dirt car, same cars. In 22 different states, so it's awesome what you can do with these. And one of the most fun things we do is take the cars down to Florida in Speed Week, and I don't have to anymore because I don't have a job, but he's still got a real job, but he can't stay at the bush all night with us after well, he's not supposed to stay at the bush all night with us after the race anymore, but that's a lot of fun down there.
Yeah, so you can always count on Schrader to have a cold beer waiting on you after the race. He's always on time as far as that goes.
That's what I learned from Clint. The only reason we race is so we got something to talk about when we're drinking. I'm out here. I'm going to do Federated stuff, but thanks for y'all coming out, and thanks. I've seen Crawford Supply and Clint stuff for a lot of times and didn't exactly know what it was, and I think it's neat that we both wound up here tonight, and just looking forward to having a good race. Looks like the rain's going to miss us, and we're going to have some fun.
All right, let's give Kenny a nice hand. Appreciate him coming over here. Now, if you guys want to get autographs or anything, by the way, I got to mention this because his dad's in the house. When I was publishing the Jayhawk Racing Journal, Clint was my very first subscriber from Emporia. But I didn't know till tonight it was his dad's plastic that was paying for all that, he said. So I want to thank Dad down there for doing that. But if you guys want to come up, he hasn't got a lot of time, but he's got We'll autograph. He's got some pictures here, or if you got something else you want to do, need to do it as quickly as we can.